They died. They all died. Do you know who that leaves? Me! It's taken me all these years to realise the laws of time are mine, and they will obey me!
Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Stephen, and I've been a Doctor Who fan since 2005.
And I'm Ben, and I've never seen the show before.
Now we're watching and discussing every episode of the revived series, and quite frankly, it's about time.
Hello. Hello.
How are we?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, at time of recording, about to go back to work.
Hmm.
Which I'm not thrilled about, but I'm sure it'll be fine once I get there. That's the trouble with time off, isn't it?
What's this episode called?
So this episode we've just watched was The Waters of Mars.
Very good episode.
It was very good.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I thought you would. It's the kind of story that you don't normally get because obviously the 10th Doctor is coming towards his end, as we know. So it's a chance to give him a bit of an arc. Because the Doctor, normally, like, episode to episode, has to be pretty much the same. And he has to end each episode the same as he started it. But he's having an arc now, and he's heading towards his end.
If I was her, I would have shot him.
What, Adelaide?
Yeah. What a brave woman.
Yeah.
Oh, she's another one.
Cast her as
Easily
the
could have been a Doctor.
Yeah.
Easily. It's a very different Doctor. It's quite severe.
Yeah, she plays this character very severely.
Yeah.
Lindsay Duncan. It's always nice when you get an actor of that calibre to take on one of these parts because they bring so much to it. Like, you know, another actress might not have made it so deep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very good.
It was very, very good.
I think it's interesting for me because when I was younger and I used to do a rewatch, I would often skip this one because it's quite a heavy episode. It's not really a fun episode. You know what I mean?
No.
But no, I think it's a fantastic piece of television. Really well done.
Indeed. I've got so many questions.
Right, okay. Should we go through some of my notes and then perhaps it'll come up? So another interesting thing about this episode for me is that it's quite near future. It's 2059, which is potentially within our lifetimes.
When did this come out?
2009, so 50 years ahead.
Oh.
Yeah. How old would we be in 2059? 67? Is that right? 67, yeah. That is hopefully within our lifetimes. So that's kind of crazy.
Never take any day for granted.
Never take it for granted, obviously. But yeah, it's interesting to do one that's kind of, it seems quite far off, but it's also not that far off.
Yeah.
And they took quite a realistic approach, I think. Like, you know, there have been lots of depictions of humans in space in Doctor Who, but I feel like they went quite realistic with this one, like quite NASA-esque.
They probably researched on what, like, NASA is planning to get to Mars. It's quite good because it for me, it echoed that we're never, as a human race, we're never going to get there if we don't work together.
Yeah. It was quite a large ensemble cast that obviously dwindled as the episode went on.
Yeah.
But, so of the kind of other characters, Ed, Yuri, Steffi, Mia, Roman, Maggie, Andrew and Tarek, who stood out to you?
Okay, so my favourite character was Yuri.
Yuri the nurse.
The nurse.
Yeah, he's nice. I know it's like a juxtaposition when he's telling that story about his brother and behind him Maggie's transforming. But I just love that story. It's so funny. The story about his brother
and his
husband, and he bought him a car but with his own money, so yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking, well, we know who's Hottie of the Week this week.
Let me guess. Ed?
Yuri.
Oh, Yuri.
Who's Ed?
Ed was the second in command who kept being rude to him.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yuri or the Doctor. Not Doctor Who, but the other Doctor.
Oh, Tarek.
Yeah.
You like Tarek?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can guess who it was for me growing up. I say growing up, I was 17.
Roman?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, well, he's the only Twinkie one, so...
Yeah. Did Yuri and... I don't know her name.
Which one?
The geologist.
Mia.
Did they get together in the end?
I don't know. I thought she was with Roman or had a thing for Roman because she was getting so distraught when he was dying.
But the thing is, though, at the end, when it was flashing through those TV screens, which felt like they were like tabs in the Doctor's mind.
Yeah. Oh, you mean with all the information on?
Yeah, you couldn't read it. I couldn't read it fast enough.
No, you're not supposed to be able to read it all. You're just supposed to focus on the key bits.
Oh.
Or when it zooms in.
And I really...
It's kind of like a Wikipedia.
Yeah, I have a big issue with this episode.
Oh, right.
The Doctor should have left well alone.
Yeah, he should. Of course he should. We're not. I don't think we're supposed to come out of this episode agreeing with the Doctor with what he did.
He basically said, I am God.
Yes. And this is the big thing with this episode.
He basically said, fuck you, time. I'm doing what I want. But then he realised, such a great ending, because she realised that she needed to do it.
Yeah.
She knew she had come at peace with it.
Yes.
She because that must take a lot of guts.
She's a very, very strong person.
To type that code in and press enter, and her two other people were like, what? Yeah, you're not going to get off it. You're not going to get off the planet, love.
Yeah.
Because the Mr. Man in the car has just blown it up.
The rocket.
Yeah.
It wasn't a car, Ben. It was a rocket.
Yeah.
So they're gardening on Mars.
Gardening.
Growing
Come
vegetables.
on, Stephen. Agriculture.
Agriculture. Okay.
Oh, by the way, what a load of shit.
What?
That dome thing.
What's wrong with it?
It just didn't look like it was going to feed them very much.
Oh, I see. But there's not that many of them.
Yeah. And where's the turkey? They wanted a turkey. They wanted the real thing, did they? Well, you've not got any turkeys. You've got a robin. That's going to feed like one person. Babes, come on. Think about it.
Well, maybe they've got, like, nut loaf or something.
Ugh.
Lots of people have that for Christmas.
If I was a vegetarian or a vegan, I would not eat nutloaf.
What would you have for Christmas dinner?
I'll just have like a corn meat thing. Or I might just have vegetables. Like a stuffed mushroom.
Okay. I picked up on something, I don't know if you did, when the Doctor said, sorry with all my hearts. He pluralised it. And only a couple of episodes ago, you were complaining that he said, it breaks my heart, singular.
Good.
So they finally rectified that.
They listened to me.
Yeah. They listened to you from 2009.
Yeah.
What were you thinking near the start of the episode? Because I feel like it's quite a slow start. And then it does, obviously gets incredibly good. But I was, when in the first 5 minutes, were you thinking, oh, this is not going to be a good episode? Or
I was thinking a little bit slow. But then when the Doctor went in the dome, I was like, okay, so they think it's going to be like this exploration in, like, this is the human race, maybe like seeing an alien up close.
Mm-hmm.
Because they see a lot of spaceships crashing into Big Ben. And they see a lot of spaceships, like, delivering pigs. But I don't think they don't ever really see one up close.
Like the general public. Yeah.
I am still fuming.
About what?
About Tosh getting her doctor's license ripped away from her.
Ugh. Why are we bringing that up again now?
Because I thought about the pig.
Yeah. So yeah, another interesting thing about this is that it's like this fixed point thing, very much like the fires of Pompeii. But obviously the Pompeii thing we all know as viewers because it happened in our history.
Yeah. This
is a future thing, but from the Doctor's point of view, it's just like Pompeii. It's a fixed point.
Yeah. And do you know what? Spoilers. We did a Patreon special episode.
Oh yeah.
And the Doctor
Ben has a theory.
The Doctor spoke about like the nuances of a fixed point in this episode. My theory in that episode, I think, is dead correct.
Mm-hmm.
Go join Patreon and
you don't want to say what your theory is
because I don't want to cheapen the Patreon.
No, that's absolutely fair enough. Yeah,
because
but it has something to do with
they
fixed
have
points.
paid for the episode.
Yeah.
So if you want to listen to that episode, we've got that there. I sat through
6 episodes.
6 episodes of Old Who.
Yeah, and you said it was, well, I won't tell you whether you said it was good or bad, but anyway. Yeah, so this entity, or whatever it is, that's in the water, we don't really find out about it, but...
Yeah, we're just going to call it the Drooler.
Well, he calls it the Flood, and that's what it's officially known as. When I said about getting closer to the microphone, I didn't mean that close.
Droolers. That's what I'm calling them.
Okay, the Droolers. I'm saying the Flood, you can say the Droolers.
The Droolers.
But yeah, what it does...
No! Dribblers. My brother hates dribble.
Okay, I think most people do.
No, I'm not. It's not. But yeah.
He's got a particular aversion to it, has he?
Yeah, and he used to... I used to make myself dribble.
Oh my God, just to wind him up?
Stephen's cat dribbles.
Oh, so cute. And when he was on my chest with his face right next to my face and a big blob of dribble was about to land on me, so I got a tissue and caught it, and Ben calls it the DribTish.
It is the DribTish.
Quick, have you got the DribTish? Because he likes to shorten his words. That's funny. Anywho.
Your parents called it the DribTish.
Yeah, then my mum adopted it, because you influenced my family. You should trademark that. DribTish TM.
For all your pet clear-ups.
Yeah. Anyway, this flood drooler thing, whatever you want to call it. Should we talk about what it does to the people that, like, you know, they get this cracked mouth and this water just constantly pouring out? I think it's quite creepy, quite cool.
Yeah, that's right. For me, they weren't the big point of the episode.
No, they weren't.
And, like, they were just the antagonistic people.
But it was, I do think it's cool, especially Maggie, when she's got her hands on the glass and her head's just, like, moving around. She looks so creepy.
The thing is, though, Maggie did not...
She didn't have the eyes.
Yeah, and she wasn't going to cause them harm. She was just accepting it. But it was just that little thing. One thing to do is just abandon her, and then the water took over.
Oh.
Maybe Maggie was fighting it.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe the water entity was just being nice.
I don't know. Yeah.
But why did the water want to get into people?
To live and survive and reproduce.
And what was Maggie pulling out of the glacier?
At the end?
Yeah.
Near the end. I think they were cracking it open to get more water, like to try and get the people.
Oh.
I don't know.
And then the man in the rocket said, "You never forgave me."
Ed, yeah.
What?
Well, we never know, do we? But we can imagine.
Did they hold hands? Was that who she was holding hands with?
I don't remember.
There was a flash of a minute where someone was holding hands.
Oh, I don't remember that. Yeah, who knows? Maybe Ed made a pass at her or something once.
It took 9 months to get there.
Yeah.
Could have had a baby in that time.
Yeah, that's not a good idea though, is it? You can't be pregnant and be an astronaut.
Why can't you?
You can't be pregnant and go into space, Ben.
Why can't you?
Because it's an awful pressure going into space. It wouldn't be safe for the baby.
Well, if you put like...
And also, if you give birth to that baby in space, that baby hasn't consented to being in space. I suppose that's true of any baby, that no baby has consented to being born. But
Yeah.
but yeah. Next on my list is Gadget.
The robot.
Yeah.
And Roman.
The funny robot.
Together. What a load of shit. What a load of old shit.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Is it the bit where he went to open the TARDIS and fly it?
No.
Oh.
The bit is where he zoomed along with her on the back.
I love
and
that
he was
bit.
Like, and then Roman, you just kept on going off to Roman like he was having some kind of cosmic orgasm.
No, I love that bit because it's really funny because he's
not
obviously
funny.
he's connected to it because he controls its movement and it's so like slow and clunky. The Doctor pimps it up and goes zooming along and he's like, it's like he's being dragged along behind on a leash, like by the dog.
A leash.
You know, a dog that's running on and a lead. Sorry, I used an Americanism and Ben didn't approve.
No, we say lead.
Yes.
I love his catchphrase though. Gadget.
Gadget. Yeah, I thought you might have a problem with him going and opening the TARDIS and flying it. Because
I did turn to you and said, he can't even fly it properly, but a fucking robot can press a button and it goes perfectly.
Yeah, but technically it was the Doctor flying it. He was just using it.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
The Doctor has to keep pressing buttons and holding things.
Yeah, but
for
it was
to
only
fly.
he only had to do a short trip.
Still.
A short hop.
No. Still have to activate all the buttons. It takes 6 people to run that TARDIS. Not one Doctor, not one robot.
Well, okay, it was a little bit convenient.
Of course it was. This episode, I personally think, would have been much stronger if the Doctor just let it fold out as it needed to fold out.
Really?
Yeah.
What, and it ends with him just going away? Leaving them to die?
Yeah, and he goes and sees Susie, and he leaves a message. He leaves a little video recording, and it basically says, "Susie, it's Granny. I hope you're well. I'll see you in the stars." And she goes...
Yeah, no, I think this whole episode was built
designed for the Doctor to go crazy.
Exactly, yeah. So I don't think you could end it any other way.
The Doctor is only going crazy, I think, is because he knows his end is coming near.
Yeah, it's the fact that he knows he's going to die soon. Well, this incarnation of him is going to die soon.
Do each incarnation have their own brain? So that all the things he does gets loaded up, but that personality, that consciousness dies, and a new one is formed. They can remember all that iteration did, but they're a totally different person. Are they different people, or are they the same person?
It's a tricky question. They are the same person. There's that continuity. But when they regenerate, every cell gets rewritten. So, yeah, their brain cells would get rewritten. But
they can remember what they did.
Yes, they retain their memories, and they have broadly, they have broadly the same values and everything.
But the Doctor's becoming manic.
He's going through a rough patch. He's going through I was going to say midlife crisis, but yeah. It's also, I think, it's a trauma response to the Time War. And, he's spent however long it's been for him since the Time War being like, oh, I'm the survivor. What a sad time I've had. And now he's trying to it's like going through the stages of grief. It's like now he's like rebelling against that and being like, actually, no, I'm not going to stand for it. I'm the last Time Lord. And I was going to say that bit, my favourite bit in this episode was when he's walking away in the spacesuit and the rocket is blowing up and they're all dying behind him. And then suddenly the music just changes and it becomes this mysterious music. And you hear voiceovers of him saying, I'm not just a Time Lord. I'm the last of the Time Lords. And it's all his thought processes of like, I'm the only one left. And he's realising what he could do. And I got tingles when that bit happened.
Oh.
It's so cool. And when he's back in the base, there's just this wildness in his eyes. Like he's gone unhinged a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, they all died. And you know who that leaves? Me. Yeah. And it's also a symptom of him having no companion.
He's got no one to ground him.
He shouldn't be on his own because he's not responsible for anyone and he's got no one to keep him accountable.
Yeah.
If, say, Donna was with him on this adventure, what would have happened? He would have thought to himself, well, I've got to get her to safety as well. And he would also be, like in Pompeii, he would have to explain to her, like, there's nothing we can do. These people have to die here.
Yeah.
When he was in Pompeii, there was this sense of, Donna was like, that's not fair. Surely we can help. We can change it. We can save them. And the Doctor had to be the responsible one to that and say, we can't.
My personal opinion is maybe you could have said probably Mimi and...
Mia
and... Yuri. But I think he should have said, Adelaide, you've got to stay.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like, yeah, Adelaide was the one who...
set a path.
Her future generations. But then you say about Yuri and Mia, the Doctor, when he was so arrogant at the end, and he said, I've done this before, I've saved some little people. And he was talking about Mia and Yuri being little people as well. Like, that's so not like the Doctor. He doesn't believe in little people. Everyone's important.
Yeah.
So what path is he going down? It's so crazy.
I think he's going through something.
Yeah.
And I just think he wanted to prove that he could still do it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like the rules. Time has rules. And because he's the last one, it's like all the rule makers and the rule keepers have gone. And he has been trying to uphold the laws that they put in place. Yeah. And now he's like, well, actually, I'm the only lawmaker left, so I can decide what the laws are.
Yeah.
But actually, Time's got other ideas because she ended up killing herself.
Yeah. Time
snapped back into place in a way.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, this is what I don't understand. Like, how can they explain how they got to Earth?
Yeah.
Like, how can she explain that she got to Earth and she died on Earth?
Yeah, it is a bit weird. I don't understand that.
There's a bit of continuity there, and
yeah,
it's a bit of a messy ending.
There was a vague bit of in those flashes of the screens.
Yeah, I wanted to see what he said about Yuri and Mia.
Yeah, we could pause it and have a look if you want, but
and then her family. I think it said legacy intact, but at first it said heritage legacy.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a little reference to the Ice Warriors in this episode. Who are a classic Doctor Who monster from Mars.
Oh.
And the Doctor made some comment about ancient civilization on Mars, and Adelaide was like, I don't have time to listen to stories. But yeah.
Yeah, and then he was speaking Martian.
Yeah.
North Martian?
Yeah. What about the flashback with the Dalek as well?
Oh yeah, any chance to get them back in, isn't there? We haven't seen the Dalek in like 5 episodes, let's put some in.
To be honest, that scene fueled a lot of the speculation that people have about them being contractually obliged to use them every year, because obviously the Daleks aren't in any specials. So this is the only this one little flashback. They're like, well, there, see, they shoehorned it into that special.
Yeah.
But I still don't know whether it's true or not. But
my personal opinion is that it is the Dalek who teleported from Rose.
Oh no! Why? Why do you do this?
He's still alive.
Oh my god!
Or she's still alive.
It's
still alive.
No, it's you. I'm not even getting into this.
How do you know? If it comes up in the new series, oh my god, you're going to feel so silly.
Then they're not going to reference some one-off episode from 2005 that the general public don't remember.
They should.
Let me guess, when you become showrunner, you're going to make it canon that Dalek survived.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a companion.
Anyway, I think the Doctor was right, wasn't he, when he said it left her alone because it could see that she was an important...
fixed moment.
Fixed point, yeah.
Oh, the Doctor was so rude. Tough.
Yeah. No, if you watch his performance in that final scene, the way his character is different, he swaggers out the TARDIS and the way he just looks at them and he's like, is anyone going to thank me? Like, he's never like that. No. He never asks for thanks. And he's talking to them like they're stupid. Like, oh, these stupid little humans, don't you get it? This is the same day, I've saved you, sort of thing, you know.
So rude.
Yeah, he it's this classic thing of, you know, like the tragic hero in literature and his fatal flaw, his arrogance, thinking that he can control everything and that he is better than what he is. And pride comes before a fall. So yeah, then how do you think the Doctor felt when she shot herself?
I really thought he was going to whip off a mask and he was going to be the master.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because he was not acting doctorishly.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah. But yeah, she obviously chose to shoot herself. Because,
she believed.
Because she knows that it's important for time. Although when I watched this before, I used to have a bit of a problem with that and be like, why is her shooting herself going to have the same impact on her granddaughter? But she saved the human race, because Mia and Yuri tell people, it said survivor's story. They tell people that Adelaide saved them.
Yeah.
And she saved the Earth. So she does have that inspiring legacy, but it's still it leaves me a bit uncomfortable that she is, you know, historically now she will be found and it will be like, well, she shot herself for some reason and no one will know why. Unless that kind of gun leaves no mark and they just don't know why she's dead.
Yeah.
But she has a gun in her hand. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, then the Doctor's like, he can see that actually, he thought he'd won. He thought he was clever and he'd won. And then actually time had one final move to be like, no.
Bitch, get in your place.
Yeah. And the other thing is, if he had just walked away at the beginning and let history be history and let them die in that base, that wouldn't have been his fault. But the fact that he tried to save her, actually, it is then kind of his fault that she shoots herself. So he is now responsible for her death in a way that he wouldn't have been if he'd just walked away.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So he really needs to learn some stuff at this moment.
He really needs to learn that he's not infallible.
And so who appeared in the snow at the end?
The Oody Man!
Ood Sigma, who was, I think he was the leader of the Ood at the end of Planet of the Ood.
I love him.
Why do you think he appeared?
Because he is calling the Doctor. It's like, Doctor, we felt a ripple in time. You must come back.
Yeah. So I don't suppose you remember what they said to him at the end of Planet of the Ood.
Your song is coming to an end.
I'm like, okay, you do remember. Well done. They said, yeah, your song is ending soon. So they can see, I think they can see into time and stuff.
We heard 3 knocks in this episode.
We did.
Next episode, we're going to hear 2 knocks. The next episode, we're going to hear 1 knock. And then...
But that doesn't make any sense that he will knock 4 times.
Oh. Next, we're going to hear 2 knocks. Then we're going to hear 4 knocks.
Whatever. But yeah, the Doctor said, I was told he will knock 4 times, and I think I know what that means, and it doesn't mean right here, right now. So what does he think it means?
He means it's the TARD, it's him. He's going to knock 4 times.
The Doctor?
Yeah.
Really?
Inside his head.
Oh.
And then Matt Smith's going to go, hello, it's me. And I wear a fez for some reason.
You don't know anything about a fez yet.
I do, because we went to a thing and there was a fez pot and you said someone wears it.
It was the escape room,
Yeah.
Anyway. And then the doctor, so he had that moment of, I've gone too far. Is this the end? Is this my death? And he goes into the TARDIS. And then he said, no. And he aggressively sent the TARDIS flying off somewhere. So what's he doing now?
Scared of death.
He is scared of death.
I think he's going to the planet of the Ood.
Yeah, why is he saying no then?
He's evading it.
He is evading
He's becoming Voldy. He's becoming Sauron. He's becoming the Emperor of the Time Lords.
Okay. So the episode ended there.
No.
And normally we don't watch next time trailers.
Yeah, you left it on.
Because I didn't realise there was going to be one, because normally with the specials there isn't. So I wasn't in a hurry to turn it off. And so you saw a few shots of the next time trailer.
I can remember Green Face,
laughing.
Yeah, which looked like Tenny.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love Tenny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Enjoy him then for the next 2 episodes before he goes.
He is a man that is becoming like a fine wine.
Yeah.
And then that's all I can remember. I might be able to remember Nude.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So what do you think is going on then?
He's falling into insanity.
Okay, so you think the green laughing face is the Doctor?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's called The End of Time, Part 1, because the last 2 specials are...
I think we've had that.
Part 1 and Part 2.
Before.
No, we haven't.
End of the Universe.
End of the World, we've had.
No, End of the Universe.
They went to the end of the universe in the episode called Utopia, but it wasn't called The End of the Universe. So, yeah.
And that's when Joe Jacoby became a man.
Became the master, yeah. You can see as well how Russell T Davies, like every season finale, he was trying to outdo himself, like, and get bigger and bigger. Like, last finale was not just our universe, but the whole multiverse was under threat. Now it's time itself, the end of time.
Because the Doctor doesn't want to play by the rules, and his meddling is now cracking time.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if you're correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was The Waters of Mars. Should we put it on our list?
Yeah, I already know. So get me the list up.
What, is it your favourite episode ever?
No. It has potential to be.
So your top at the moment is Forest of the Dead.
Which is?
That was the one with River Song where she got saved in the computer.
Oh, yeah. Next one.
Family of Blood, where the Doctor was human.
Next one.
Human Nature, the other part of that. Journey's End is Davros and Donna losing her memory.
Next one.
Stolen Earth, the Daleks, and the Doctor had his fake regeneration cliffhanger at the end. And all the different people coming together.
Okay, 6. It's going to go 6.
So it's better than Blink.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as Stolen Earth. That's a very good position. I'm going to put it there for you. Number 6. So it's definitely your favourite of the specials you've seen so far.
Yeah.
Where's it going to go for me? It is very good, isn't it? But would I put it on if I wanted to just put on an episode to enjoy? Probably not. But
when did you do that?
Well, I don't at the moment since I've been living with you, because you go puke if you see it on the TV. But and because we're doing the podcast, if we're going through it, so I don't really need to do that. But I'm looking around Partners in Crime, Love and Monsters, which are 2 quite light-hearted episodes. So it's strange to lump this with those, but in terms of how much I enjoy it, I think it's around there. Yeah, actually, under Gridlock, I'm going to put it 25.
Oh my god, that's so low.
Yes, it is a really good episode, but just in terms of my enjoyment of it, I think, because it is very heavy, and yeah.
You don't like Heavy Who?
I do, in the right context. Yeah. 25, considering this is out of about 60 now, 25 is not low. It's still way above half. But I'm glad that it resonated for you, and you liked it a lot. Oh, we've got a voice note that I'd like to play. So this comes from Lucy. She says, I've been a long-time listener, and it's been great hearing Ben watch the show for the first time. I've attached a voice note memo about Waters of Mars. All the best, and hello from Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne, Australia?
Thank you, Lucy. So here's the voice note.
Waters of Mars, when I was younger, was my actual recurring nightmare. Like, I was so scared of that episode when I was a little kid that I would literally dream that I was, like, in that world and had to, like, escape the, like, water people. it was so scary, and like the acting is amazing in it, and just the vision is like fully realized, and it's so good. Like, I hope that you really enjoyed it, because it truly traumatized a generation of small children. It was so good.
Well,
I can see that.
yeah. See, for me,
It's made something so mundane a villain.
oh, definitely, yeah. So I wasn't a child. I was 17 when I watched this for the first time. I wonder what it would have been like to see it younger, but I could say that about many episodes. But yeah, you definitely enjoyed this, didn't you? So thank you for that, Lucy.
Indeedio, and thank you, Lucy. I hope you're having a lovely day.
Thanks for the message. Always nice to hear from you guys. And now it's everyone's favourite part of the podcast. It's time for... Patreon, 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 shout-outs. Patreon, 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 shout-outs. If you listen to us regularly, you know by now you are able to support us on Patreon if you wish. Absolutely no pressure to do so, but it's very gratefully received when people do.
We have episodes come out on there every 3 months and working on more and more.
Yeah, so we currently have 2 Patreon exclusive episodes for you to listen to. One about the Weakest Link special, where we also played our own quiz, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I won.
I thought I won.
I won.
I thought I won. Well, you'll have to go and listen to find out who won, because we can't remember, apparently. And more recently, we've done Genesis of the Daleks, as voted for by patrons as the classic episode they'd like us to cover. So go and check that out if you would like to. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you'll be joining the wonderful ranks of Louisa, Philip, Northerly, Jason, Joe, Tom, Louis, Michael,
Ferner,
Heather, Benny, Caleb, Monica, Amber, Jess, Kaylee, Kieran, Jay, Owen, Natalie, Imogen, Sarah, Aaron, Jake, Matt, Ryan, and Janie.
Just Janie.
I hope she doesn't mind that you keep calling her just Janie.
Janie, please get in contact with the pod if you don't like it. If you don't like it, I'll stop. But it's a reference to Just Jack.
Will and Grace, yes.
Will and Grace, but the specific reference is Just Jack.
Cool. Well, there we go.
Thank you.
Thank you to all you wonderful people. We truly are grateful. So, 2 episodes left of David Tennant.
2 episodes left of David Tennant.
How do you feel about that?
Sad.
Yeah, it is funny though, because I remember when we were coming towards the end of Christopher Eccleston, you were gutted, and you were like, oh, I'm actually a bit worried about David Tennant because I don't think I'm going to like him.
And I love him.
So there you go. You can never be sure.
I have a man crush on him.
Well, you're gay, so most of your crushes are male crushes.
Male man crush, gay crush.
So, end of time, coming up soon. I can't wait. Until that time.
Stay cool. Stay
fantastic.